Hello everyone, today we're going to follow a touching story about love and perseverance. James and Deep faced strong opposition from their families, but they didn't let that hold them back. They decided to get married and have a special wedding on the beach, in a romantic and emotional setting, with the presence of close friends. After their wedding, they dreamed about the future together, deciding to have 2 children, Jack and Emily, with the hope of building a complete family. They lived happily together, overcoming challenges and sharing loving moments, with faith in a bright future. Join us to watch their story, and don't forget to subscribe to follow more emotional stories. James and Deep sat quietly in the room. The atmosphere around them seemed suffocatingly silent. The words of rejection from James still echoed in their minds like an unhealed wound. James looked at Deep, his eyes filled with disappointment and sadness. They had just gone through a tense meeting, where James' father, the person he had always respected and loved, had firmly stated that their relationship could not continue. Deep is not the person you should choose, James had said coldly, without any emotion. Those words not only hurt James but also broke his heart. As for Deep, she sat still, her eyes full of tears, but she didn't let a single tear fall. She understood that what mattered now was not the sadness but how they would face this challenge. She took James' hand, her resolute gaze like a ray of light in the dark, and softly whispered, "James, we can't let one rejection destroy our love. I believe in you, I believe in us, and I know we can get through this." James looked into Deep's eyes, her words serving as a powerful source of motivation to help him stand up, no longer letting disappointment cloud the ideals he had built with her. He took a deep breath, then spoke slowly but firmly, "You're right. Our love cannot be extinguished by anyone. I love you, and no matter how many challenges we face, I won't give up on you." James' feelings at that moment were not of hesitation, but of a stronger determination than ever before. He realized that if they loved each other, they would have to fight for that love, no matter the obstacles. With a firm decision in their hearts, James and Deep refused to let James's rejection stop them. They knew that their love was the most important thing, and they didn't need anyone else's approval except their own. They decided to get married, regardless of the barriers from the outside. Their wedding would not be just a regular ceremony, it would be a strong declaration of love, resilience, and belief in a happy future. "We won't let anything dim this love," James said, his voice filled with determination. "We will create our own happiness, and that starts today." With that determination, they began to plan their wedding. They didn't need anyone's approval but their own. This love was theirs, and they would build the future they wanted. All worries and objections couldn't diminish the light their love brought. One half. James and Deep's wedding took place in a stunning setting, where the quiet beach welcomed the sunset, as the sun slowly dipped, painting the sky in golden hues. The gentle waves lapped at the shore, creating soft sounds like whispered blessings from the ocean, as if the sea itself was giving its approval to the couple. The surface of the water sparkled in the light, reflecting the warmth of their love, and the romantic atmosphere enveloped everything, infusing the moment with peace and happiness. Before them stood James' close friends, those who had been by his side through every challenge. Although his father couldn't be present, in this moment, their love had transcended all obstacles. These friends were the living proof of the genuine affection and unwavering support they had shown to the couple. When the moment came to exchange rings, the air grew still, and all eyes were on James and Deep. James, with eyes full of love, held the wedding ring in his hand, gazing into the eyes of Deep, the woman he loved most, the one he promised to walk through life with. His gaze was warm and sincere, and the words he was about to say would become a lifelong vow. Deep, James spoke, his voice trembling but firm. I promise to love you, protect you, and face every challenge with you, no matter what. You are the only one I want to share my life with. He slowly lifted the ring, its surface catching the light and shimmering, making it appear like a symbol of eternal love, and gently slid it onto Deep's finger. The moment seemed to freeze in time, the ring glowing with their love, and in that instant, it felt like the world around them faded away. Deep, her eyes filled with tears but brimming with happiness, looked at the ring on her finger before turning back to James. Her hands were trembling, but her resolve was strong. You are everything to me, she whispered, her voice warm. I will always be by your side, through any difficulty. We will build our future together, our family, forever. With those words, Deep gently extended her hand to James, her eyes never leaving his. James took her hand, carefully placing the ring onto her finger, confirming that they now belonged to each other, inseparable. In that moment, they both felt the sacredness of the vow they had just made. They weren't just exchanging rings, they were offering each other their trust, their hope, and a promise that would never fade. As the ring settled perfectly on their fingers, the world around them seemed to erupt with the sound of the waves, like a blessing from the sea and the sky. They stood there, hand in hand, the soft sunset casting a golden glow over them, marking the love between them undying and never to be extinguished. After the wedding, James and Deep embarked on a new chapter full of hope and dreams. Their life as a young couple began with sweet days, where every morning they woke up to each other, feeling the love and the deepening bond between them. However, in their hearts, the dream of a bright future was always burning. One quiet evening, as the soft golden light from the bedside lamp illuminated Deep's face, she turned to James, took his hand, and began to speak. What do you think about our future? She asked, her voice gentle but full of anticipation. James smiled, his eyes looking out the window where the stars twinkled in the night sky. I think we'll have a truly happy family. I want 2 children, a son and a daughter. Deep smiled, her eyes lighting up as she imagined that future. She had dreamed about this moment countless times, imagining a family full of laughter and love. You'll name our son Jack, right? I love that name, it's strong yet cute, she said, her voice full of happiness. James nodded, his eyes shining with pride as he thought about their future. And our daughter will be named Emily, he added. That name gives me a feeling of gentleness, intelligence, and strength. Emily will be our pride. He finished speaking, holding Deep's hand firmly, as if to affirm that this was the life he wanted. Deep gently smiled, feeling a surge of happiness. "Jack and Emily," she repeated, her eyes sparkling like the stars in the sky. "They will be our everything. They will give us a reason to live, to love, and to build a strong family together." As they sat together in that space full of love, both James and Deep felt a strong belief in their future. They not only dreamed of a happy family but also longed to give their full love and care to their children. They imagined mornings full of laughter, cozy dinners together, and moments watching their children grow, learn, and thrive in boundless love. In that moment, they realized that family is not just what you have, but also what you create, day by day, minute by minute, second by second. The love between James and Deep gave them a strong faith in a future that nothing could diminish. With the two children they were about to welcome, they would build a complete home, full of love and joy, a family that would always stand strong no matter what challenges life might bring. After getting married, James and Deep began to build a new life full of promise and joy. Each passing day brought them closer together as they shared moments of happiness and sorrow, facing challenges side by side. Their love was not just a promise made on their wedding day but a true commitment that grew stronger and more steadfast with each passing day. They were not only life partners but also companions, each other's source of encouragement and strength. Even when life became difficult, with tiring work or external pressures weighing them down, they always found comfort and motivation in each other. James was always the strong one, being Deep's pillar whenever she felt weary. Meanwhile, Deep, with her warm heart and resilience, always calmed James' worries, helping him find peace within himself. The small moments of love they shared became the foundation of a deep and lasting relationship. They would walk hand in hand in the park, talking about their future plans, dreaming of a cozy family filled with the sounds of children laughing. They also spent quiet evenings together, simply sitting side by side, watching their favorite movies, or cooking dinner together, just to enjoy being with each other. These seemingly simple things made their love grow stronger, becoming the glue that kept them together for life. Facing challenges together became an inseparable part of their life. One day, James encountered difficulties at work, facing tough decisions and pressure from his boss. Deep was always by his side, listening to him and offering gentle yet profound advice. "I believe in you, James. You can overcome anything," she said with certainty and love. And James knew that with her encouragement, he would never back down but would always move forward. Together, they dreamed of a bright future. One day, they would have their own home, filled with the laughter of their two children, Jack and Emily, children they loved deeply. They would raise them, teach them, and watch them grow in a nurturing and loving environment. In every moment, James and Deep had faith in the future. They understood that as long as they had love, it was enough, and with that love, they would overcome any obstacle, building a complete and happy life.
Quê hương anh nước mặn đồng chua, làng tôi nghèo đất cải nên sỏi đá. Anh với tôi đôi người xa lạ, tự phương trời chẳng hẹn quen nhau. Súng bên súng đầu sát bên đầu, đêm rét chung chân thành đôi chi kỷ. Đồng chí, ruộng nương anh gửi bạn thân cải, gian nhà không mặc kệ gió lung lay. Giếng nước gốc đa nhớ người ra nính, anh với tôi biết từng cơn ớn lạnh. Sốt run người vầng trán ướt mồ hôi, áo anh rách vai, quần tôi có vài mảnh vá. Miệng cười buốt giá, chân không dày, thương nhau tay nắm lấy bàn tay. Đêm nay rừng hoang sương muối, đứng cạnh bên nhau chờ giặc tới, đầu súng trong treo. Bài thơ Đồng Chí được sáng tác vào đầu năm 1948, sau khi tác giả đã cùng đồng đội tham gia vào chiến đấu trong chiến dịch Việt Bắc Thu Đông năm 1947, đánh bại cuộc tổng tiến công quy mô lớn của giặc Pháp lên chiến khu Việt Bắc. Bài thơ là một trong những tác phẩm tiêu biểu nhất về người lính cách mạng và văn học kháng chiến chống Pháp từ năm 1946 đến năm 1954.